This ABC15 flash briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford.
And we say good morning to you on a Wednesday. Nick Soletti here with our top stories. A $2,000 reward is now being offered after an 8-year-old boy was hit and killed days ago. Phoenix police still looking for that driver. Police releasing a new photo of that truck that officers believe crashed into Jarrell Glen while the boy was walking near 67th Avenue in Thomas. It was a maroon or faded red Chevy Silverado with a chrome strip there on the door. A memorial now in place in the area to remember the little boy. Tempe now one step closer to renaming several streets and parks whose names had ties to the KKK. So there are 4 parks and 3 streets that the city is going to consider renaming. A special committee narrowed down the over 200 public submissions, ultimately choosing to honor local activists and pioneers. The city manager says he hopes these changes can help people heal.
It helps to sort of hopefully heal some of the past and what's happened in this community, and to really set a good tone for the future.
The city manager says they're going to present all of the proposed names in a final resolution to the city council in March. We have a full list of those proposed changes on ABC15.com. It is time to play ball. The Arizona Diamondbacks are gearing up for spring training with pitchers and catchers reporting to Salt River Fields today. The public is invited for the workouts from 9 to 12:30. ABC15's Jamie Warren is going to be there for ABC15 mornings, so make sure you can tune into that on air. Oh, with prices as high as they are on so many things, nobody wants to throw money away in fees. Here this morning, consumer reporter John Matarese looks at some of the common bank and credit card fees that can easily lower, or maybe you can try to avoid them altogether.
Do you ever get cash out of an ATM only to ask yourself, why do I have to pay money to get my own money? Well, out-of-network ATM fees are just one of many bank fees that people complain about. But the good news is there are simple ways to avoid them.
There's a 3-letter word that makes everyone cringe: FEE.
$8 for a monthly fee.
Megan Polinsky says she's been hit with overdraft fees that then compounded.
It is ridiculous. Sometimes it's been $200, sometimes it's been $100.
For basic checking and savings accounts, Nathan Grant of Money Tip says the most common fees are insufficient funds and overdraft fees. He says both can be avoided by maintaining a minimum balance.
Look into things like low balance alerts, so you can get like a heads up if you're nearing that point.
Nathan says come up with a number you always want in your account. Also, ask your bank about overdraft protection. Turning to pesky credit card fees, Nathan says avoid late payment fees by setting up automatic payments for at least the minimum. If you have rent or other big payments due at the start of the month, ask the issuer about changing the due date.
If you move it to later in the month when you have another pay period, you might be able to put more down on the card and, not just pay the minimum.
Other fees to avoid: if you're paying an annual fee for a credit card, calculate whether the benefits outweigh the cost. If you're looking to transfer debt from one card to another, transfer your balance within a promotional period to avoid balance transfer fees. Nathan's last tip: it never hurts to ask if a fee can be waived.
If it's not a pattern, it's not something you do all the time.
Because Jerry George, like most of us, doesn't like surprises.
I hate them. I hate them.
And that way you don't waste your money. I'm John Matarese.
They're tough topics to talk about, but necessary to prepare for. We're talking about wills and trusts. They can be difficult or confusing to navigate, so we're here to help. If you have any questions about them, get them answered with just one phone call. The Let Joe Know team teaming up with the State Bar of Arizona for an Ask a Lawyer phone bank. Attorneys will be taking your calls, offering free help and answering your questions. It's tonight from 5 to 7. For the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, go to ABC15.com. Just download our free ABC15 mobile app.
This ABC15 flash briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford.